Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's project is reading the replies to my review, The Shaman and I. So I wrote my review on Amazon, but Paj Vang Gomis reposted my review on her book club page, and then there were like comments under it, and I thought some of them were kind of funny, and some of them I agreed with. I was like, oh yeah, you guys have a point. I just wanted to read them. Again, this is not meant to offend anyone. I just thought they're kind of funny. There's a flash in my glasses, so I'm just gonna try to like keep my chin down. So my review, I said, first and foremost, I understand that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but I want to point out that 90% of the reviewers and the readers who have bought and enjoyed this book don't read in their everyday life. It's been brought to everyone's attention that Paj Vang Gomis, along with her fans, are Korean and Chinese drama fanatics, which is the only reason why I can understand as to why they like the book. Again, I understand that. There are many things wrong with this book that I think people are either ignoring or just genuinely not seeing, so I want to point out all of these things. Movies and books are immensely separated by different literary art forms in terms of dialogue, scene changes, and character behavior. As someone who has been reading her whole life, this book was one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had because I genuinely expected it to be good. It was too overhyped. But I'll just add some pictures here, and you guys can read it for yourselves so it doesn't take up too much time. Okay, now I want to go to the comments I found. Okay, this one says, you have to take all this with a grain of salt. I've worked at libraries and have seen and heard many reviews by many people. Every single book has haters and lovers. I think the 50 Shades of Grey series. I think about the 50 Shades of Grey series. That only took off because people talked about it. The book was a bestseller because of the hype. Some people liked the story, but by all accounts, the writing was terrible. Just because a book is a bestseller does not mean it was good. It just means a lot of people bought it. Your writing is much better than that series. So she's just talking about like how every single book has haters and lovers, and that like if you're a hater, you should just move on. And I agree with that. So I am going to move on from the book because I don't want to remember it. So thank you. Next is by this girl. She says, congratulations, Pat. You've made it. Your book has hype and someone read it because of that and got all bothered. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize the achievement of the reader who has been reading her whole life. Some of us out here may never know that accomplishment. I wonder how many books she's written. You should feel outrageously proud. I and all your fans are excited to see every work you bring to the literary table, and I'm betting this particular fine reader will read the next book too and offer another shade of color to expand the experience. First of all, no, I'm not going to read the second book because it was a waste of my time. I listened to the audiobook though to like, in case I enjoy the audiobook more. I just think that the audiobook kind of gave the same vibe as how I read it. Again, chapters 1 through 5, good. The prologue was good. The prologue was probably the best chapter in the whole book. But as it moved on, it got real boring. I wonder how many books she's written. I've written 10 actually. They just aren't published yet because I, for myself, edit. And then someone else said, lol, the critic is telling you how you should write your book. She didn't write her own book if she's so good at it. Oh, I have. I edit, honey. Good avid readers should give an opinion that a book might not be for him or her, perhaps. She find it confusing or similar to Korean dramas, etc. But to literally tell an author to not do this or that, or to do this or that, well, how then she can be an author herself? Lol, too bad you can't comment on her review. And she said, she went off like I ate the last piece of chicken. I do love chicken, by the way, so do not eat my chicken. I will come for you. Okay, then, wow, insulted you and your army. I'm not a K-drama, C-drama fan. I am an avid reader. Reading is life. Period. I don't necessarily understand the science of writing. But if an author can inspire my imagination and keep me sucked into the story, then they have succeeded. that's a good point. I like that. And she said, she definitely took it to the extreme. Like, who hurt you, LOL? You did, Pa. Please take it all back. I do not want to remember this book. The reviewer must be a Korean and Chinese drama addict. I cannot stand watching Korean and Chinese dramas, but I like the book. Same. Except I don't like the book. And yes, I have watched Chinese and Korean dramas, but you know why I have stopped watching? Because they all follow a very specific theme, and their acting style and writing style is exactly the same. Wow, the reviewer needs some deep, intense childhood trauma professional PTSD therapy. Honestly, I do because of this book. I'm really glad that you recognize that. And then Paj Vang says, it was definitely a crazy rant. Do better, I will. But damn, MYL, calm down, LOL. I do admit that maybe I was a little over the top. But again, every single time I think about this book and I write a review and I think about my review, I get a little... Okay, and please, do better. Read a book. Edit your writing. She is probably watching way too much Korean drama. I have stopped watching Korean dramas ever since I got into high school because they're all cringe and they don't write good ones nowadays. People love bringing people down when they rise. Pay no attention to it and keep on keeping on. That is a quote right there. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. I love that. That is going to be my live quote from now on. And Pa says, thank you. She went cray-cray, and I hope she feels better, huh? I do feel better. I'm so happy that you asked after I wrote that. Okay. I am offended. I am an avid reader. I love reading. I've been reading my whole life. Who is she to say we don't read? She crazy, and you are awesome. Then she says, seriously, she didn't just insult me, she also went after the readers who enjoyed it. It's pretty crazy. I will go after readers who overhype a book.
This makes me wonder if you guys just blindly give 5 stars to every single book that you ever come across when you're reading.
Anyways, you know you're a real author when you have trolls. You may have the name of an author, but you're just not a good one, you know? And then she says, my year watched too many dramas. Again, I have stopped watching dramas because they are cringe, just like this book. Because I was scared as shit chapter 6. Maybe I'm addicted to Thai horror movies. Now, Thai horror movies, on the other hand, are good, so I'll give that to you, period. And Paj Vang Gomis says, I was just writing for fun and I ruined her life. Ma'am, if you're just writing for fun, why do you charge so much money for your books? I'm kidding. They're not that expensive. Just a hardcover one, though. That's a little... Anyways, haha, if this person was to write about the book, she must have read it already. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Why would I just review a book? Who reviews a book even though they haven't read it? What you talking about, bro? Okay. And also, I'm not even Korean or Chinese fanatic, so totally disagree. Okay, maybe prove me wrong, but okay. And then, the person had a lot of pent-up negativity, had to rant it out. You can tell she waited for the day to write the review. I really did wait for the day for me to write this review, because I spent so much time reading this book. I forced myself to read it, because I wanted to give an accurate review. So maybe you guys should be a little more appreciative than that, instead of me ditching the book at like chapter 10 and just giving a review about how much I hated this book. Again, like I said, there were things I liked and things I did not like. And the things that I did not like were extreme, because they weren't good. Anyway, she says, thank you. It's like getting a cold splash of water, and now I'm hyped to put out another disappointment for her. I do have hope, though, Pa. I hope, and I believe that you can write better. Just reviews with no criticism is not going to help you write better. Anyways, goodness, she says the positive reviews are those who don't read daily. I am a positive reviewer reader, and I read books every day of my life. Definitely a jealous reader she is. I wonder what I'm jealous of. Am I jealous of her bad writing? No, I don't think so. Maybe I am. Maybe I wish that I can be a terrible writer. Oh my gosh. Then she says, she doesn't know what a good book is and still is. Those haters are what makes you stronger. Keep doing what you love. Love your positivity. Maybe I was a little hateful in the book, but I left some good points and some critiques that you should fix if you want your book to be better. Then Pa says, it is pretty crazy she went after everyone who enjoyed it too. I'm like, who hurt you? Thanks, sis. You did, Pa. You did. Anyways, I looked at her Amazon account, and this book has been her only review being someone who's a reader. Wish we could comment back. How did you know, Amy? How? You're right. You're a detective. I have not actually read a single book in 3 years. This has been the only book that I've read in 3 years. In fact, this has been the only book that I've read in my whole life. Let me show you. I've not read a single book in my whole life. These are not books either. They're not books. I've not read any one of them. I have absolutely not read any of these books at all. In fact, I do not read at all. But I do have to give it up to you. I do have to say that it's very interesting that people don't know that you can also buy books that don't have to be from Amazon. Maybe you should look at different other websites and actually go to your local bookstores. Anyways, she says she went through some crazy effort to rip me and the readers apart. I hope she feels better after unleashing the Kraken. I wish I had a Kraken to unleash. Now this makes me want to read the book and judge for myself. Honestly, not even kidding. I like that. Like, if you read a hate review and you actually want to read it for yourself, I'm all for that, because I also listen to reviews about how bad the book is, and I also want to read it for myself. So, like, I completely understand that part. Like, yeah, hands down. And I don't know if it's a good review or a bad review, because it seems like it's making people curious as to want to read the book. And now, like me, LBO, better way, this is not an autobiography, so can't expect to be a real life story. Yeah, I like this comment, actually. Like, they have a point. I like it. And then she says, any publicity is good publicity. She went off, and I hope she feels better. Thank you. I did go off. This book was just not meant for her. She's definitely entitled to her own opinions, but that's not a positive way to criticize a book, especially since she's been a long-time reader. Keep doing you, because that would definitely make you a stronger writer. I agree with that. And, like I said, maybe I did go off a little too hard, but this book hit me in different places. And then someone else says, it is okay. Critics make you a better writer, LOL. Like I said, in order to be a good writer, or in order to be a good anything, you will need critique in your life. And not everyone will like your style of writing. It does not mean you're not a good writer. Agreed. But not really agreed. Agreed with the statement, not agreed for her. It just means you're famous and she's jealous because she ain't got no hype herself. Jealous of what? Her bad writing? I just think this book does not live up to the hype that it's getting. And like I always say, if you want to support a Hmong author, at least support good ones. Keep following your dream and writing them bad K-dramas. Remember, you can't please all the people all the time. Agreed. And she says, I'm sorry, I ruined life for her. Don't worry, sweetie. My life isn't ruined, because obviously there are better books out there for me to read. That is all for today. Maybe think about the other books that you've been reading and try to read better ones. Because it boggles my mind how this book can get all 5-star reviews, be a 4.9. But let's look at the other reviews of amazing books that I read. Actually, the amazing books I read have great reviews. But instead of being reviewed by like 30 people, they've been reviewed by 8,676 people. What other books are there? Yes. It boggles my mind that her book is a 4.9, while the Cruel Prince series is a 4.5. Again, I think you guys should probably read like better books like Lee Bardugo, Jennifer L. Armentrout, Jenny Han, R.F. Kuang, other authors. But yeah, please go read a book, and I want you to read some books from the authors that I listed and tell me that after you read them that The Shaman and I is not at the same level. Again.
And for like the people who just gives out 5 stars to every single book that they read, I think you should literally reevaluate that, because that doesn't help authors at all. They need actual criticism to grow.
Anyways, y'all, this is low-key a satire. I just think it's kind of funny that she like she like posted it. It's like, no, this will not stop me. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. And like, yeah, but yeah, some of them I agreed with. Some of them I thought were funny. But yeah, maybe my review was a little bit harsh, but like I said, it literally hit me in like places that I didn't know that I had anger issues hiding in. I got mad when I was writing the review, but when I was reading, I think I was just kind of turning like clinically insane. But yeah, again, if you love her book and you're obsessed with that, please reevaluate your life to see if maybe it was a hype or yeah. So did you actually like it, or was it just hyped to the point that you brainwashed yourself to liking it? With the icing that just because she's a Hmong author and you want representation. Anyways, goodbye guys!